So I was thinking, since you've seen me do quite a few Ultimate Decades challenges or just plain Decades challenges, I thought I'd just show you how I get started with it. So first of all, what you need is Morbid's rules. So on my Patreon, you can see that I've got a link to Morbid Gamers Ultimate Decades challenge rules. I have seen now that it's actually a little bit harder to get them. So what I'm currently doing is just making my own version, and hopefully I'll have that ready to upload for you. But I do have all the rules if needed. I've also got on here loads of other things like some of the houses I've made in the past and what I've used for CC and mods, just to give you a bit of a head start really. But yeah, so let's make some Sims. So first of all, what you want to do is look through popular names for the 1300s. So I'm starting here with Hugo Brook and Maud Brook. Brook being a really popular name for someone who lives by a brook in the time. Now obviously I'm using a lot of CC. You might not want to, that's absolutely fine. I didn't when I started. I just find it's a bit more realistic, but it doesn't have to be. You can totally do it however you want to do it. So yeah, I'm going to just try and make it as realistic as possible, but obviously you need to take a bit of creative license with with The Sims. So yeah, at the time obviously people wouldn't be necessarily clean shaven, so I often let them have a beard to start with. They'll have sort of, I'm going to start with almost a peasant family, because obviously they don't have a lot of money to begin with, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm just going to create this sim. Now you'll probably notice as well that my Sims don't have regular underwear that the Sims tend to have, and that's just because I've got a mod that changes it to more sort of medieval clothing. And you can see here I have got quite a few bits, but I did delete it all when I last finished my challenge, and I've had to try and find it all again, which was really silly. But it just takes up such a lot of space. So we're going to go for this outfit for Hugo. And I literally just add that to all of his different outfit types apart from sleep. And yeah, that obviously you don't have to do that, but I just find it easier than going through each thing because there's not a load of choice for sort of medieval outfits. They tend to have these little boots or the sandals. And of course, I'm not a history expert, so please take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt because I don't actually know much more than I've sort of researched. I'm just take away all these accessories. Now obviously you can give your Sims whatever traits you want, but to start with I always do try and make it a little bit easier because the rules can be quite brutal. So I tend to make them sort of love outdoors, be family oriented, love animals, and that just makes it easier sort of tending to the garden and, you know, wanting to have a family. If you want to make your story a little bit more difficult, then feel free to change that and yeah, make it harder for yourself. I'm very aware as well that this Create a Sim background I've got here is not really appropriate, but I'll change that at a later date. They're very easy to just download new ones and change it to make it look more authentic. There's one I've listed on my Patreon that works really well as a medieval one. Right, let's sort out Maud. So obviously she's not very much of the time period here. I'm going to make her quite pale. Now I do like to give them sort of medieval hairstyles if I can. It's a bit tricky, as well as like medieval eyebrows, which tend to be quite thin. I have got like a flower makeup that makes them look paler, because that was all in fashion, but also a lot of them had sort of overly done cheeks. Again, doesn't really match with the peasantry, but you have to sort of have a bit of fun with it. I do find it easier with female Sims to sort of dress them appropriately. There's quite a lot of different things you can use, and yeah, it's just so much easier. I really like these as well, like not just the traditional dresses. If you've got someone that's a little more quirky as a character. But we're just going to go with just a standard dress. Oh, broken CC. We're going to go with just a standard dress for her. We're not going to go purple much as I love it, because she's not rich. We'll try and keep it quite neutral. And again, I'm just applying that to everything apart from sleepwear. I find it's just the easiest way to sort of do it at the start when you don't have a lot of different outfits to use. Obviously, completely up to you. I'm just sort of giving you how I do it. Okay, so again, for traits, we're going to go for something sort of that's going to make my life easier. So she's family oriented, loyal, and I really want to give her like bookworm, but I'm aware that potentially not the best thing for the time period. But oh, I know, I think we'll probably give her the heart on your sleeve one, just because it's got quite a good sense of like morality and things like that. Yeah. And again, I'm just going to make it all about family, because they need to have lots of kids to make sure they survive. We'll make them married, and you'll be starting in 1300. So at the moment, we'll say that these are they're not quite young adult at 1300, because obviously at the time people would have got married young. I'm not going to make them really, really young, but yeah, let's try and make it a little bit realistic at least. So here we go, there's my two Sims. They're my starter Sims. And now we just need to get them a house. You can obviously start in any season. If you've got it, I tend to start with spring. Not sure really why. Just tend to find it works well, and then work my way through. And I always go to Henford on Bagley first because they're meant to start their journey in England and then move their way to America, and then I tend to move them back again. So I just think this is the most English looking world, and a lot of the townies and things locally will just sort of fit in. What I'm going to do is move them into a ready built house, but I'm actually going to just demolish it and start again, and just build them something quite basic. So what I tend to do is I'll look online for sort of examples of what was there at that period, and then try and sort of replicate that. So I'm just going to build the house and you'll be able to see sort of how it looks. so now that the house is built, let's just do a little fancy sort of camera angle look around. So you've got all the beautiful houses nearby. Obviously this is way too big for a peasant's house, but we're not going to worry about that too much. It's very basic, it's great to start off with. I've got somewhere to put the chickens, somewhere to put the cow. A lot of it is CC, to be fair. But it just makes it authentic. So you can see the fireplace there, that's actually an oven that's been modded, so you can cook on the fireplace, which is really realistic. It's a very old style looking bed, and it just gives it a bit more of a good medieval feel, really. So then you're ready to get started. Something I highly recommend doing is looking at the spreadsheet that Morbid Gamer produced. It's amazing. It tracks from 1300 right to modern day. I have actually made the years a bit shorter. It's supposed to be 4 days, 4 sim days per year. I just do 2 because otherwise, if I'm completely honest, I get bored and I end up giving up. So in fact, I've just put Hugo and Maud there. That's not right. I'm just going to change that. So Hugo, I'm not going to put them on the same year actually, but we'll change that in a minute. So what you do is you just put in what, like sort of their birthdays. So if you say that Hugo turned to a young adult in 1300 and then Maud in 1302, and then as time goes on you can sort of add in what age they should be at which year. There's a handy little guide here that tells you what you should roll, what ages they are, and you roll to see if they survive. If they don't survive, then you have to kill them. So you either do it through just testing cheats enabled and shift click kill, or you can get like a mod to kill them that way. I've got loads of tutorials for that on my TikTok. But yeah, I do tend to use MC Command Center myself, but if you have a look on my TikTok, it's ChristyPants90, Sims or Christy on there, and you can do it that way. I also have this spreadsheet that I use that just I've created that changes their ages, so I can see what year it is, what age they should be, and that kind of thing, and update it as I go along. But yeah, hope that's helpful, and I'll prepare the next video for you.